What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Dial here with another classic movie review. We are once again getting back into the Beverly Hills Cop franchise. I'm talking about all the Beverly Hills Cop films, including the newest installment on Netflix, Axel F. I've already talked about the previous two films. If you haven't seen my reviews for those, check out my channel. It is on a playlist called Beverly Hills Cop. But we are continuing on talking about Beverly Hills Cop 3 that came out in 1994. So, I've been enjoying the Beverly Hills Cop films. I thought the first two were pretty enjoyable. I think Eddie Murphy is pretty entertaining as Axel F, and I enjoy Billy and John in there. I think they have a really good dynamic. I'm not loving these movies so far. I know there's a lot of people that consider Beverly Hills Cop to be one of the best action comedies out there, and I definitely see the appeal, but like I haven't been blown away by them so far. So when it comes to the third film, I've heard a lot from the fans that they don't like this movie that much. A lot of people consider this to be the weakest of the Beverly Hills Cop movies, and that gave me a little bit of worry because, as someone who's not loving the Beverly Hills Cop film so far, I can only imagine what I think about the third film if even the fans don't like it that much. But still, I went into it with an open mind because this happened before where people say that the third installment of a franchise is the weakest one, and I end up enjoying it. For example, the Mad Max films. A lot of people don't like Beyond Thunderdome, and I thought it was pretty decent. I didn't think it was that bad. So maybe it'll be the same thing with this. Hopefully. So sitting down and watching this, what did I think about Beverly Hills Cop 3? About the same as the first two movies. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. I liked it. I know that's surprising a lot of people, but is it really though? Like, I mean, I guess I see some stuff in here where, like, I get why fans don't like this that much, but honestly, I don't like this any more or less than the previous two. It feels about the same in quality for me. But yeah, I mean, there's some fun stuff in here and there. But yeah, there's definitely some stuff in here that I was like, I'm not digging it that much. So what I'm assuming is the main reason why people don't like the third film is the whole theme park aspect of the movie. So most of the movie takes place at this made-up theme park in California called Wonder World, and the main bad guy of the film, Ellis DeWald, murdered Axel's captain in Detroit. I didn't really talk about Axel's sergeant in the first two movies. I thought he was fine. He's a typical angry sergeant that like gets in Axel's ass for everything. Just calling him out on stuff. So as that, he was pretty decent in the first two. I just didn't have too much to say about him. He was fine. But apparently he gets murdered by DeWald, and Axel is tracing his steps to Wonderworld because he apparently works there. He's head of security at the theme park, and so it's this whole plot of Axel getting revenge on DeWald killing his captain, and all that stuff. That typical revenge plot we've seen in the previous two films. And so, yeah, I think, the theme park aspect of it, I will admit, is a bit hokey and a bit cheesy and corny. But, I didn't bother me that much, because me, myself, personally, like, I'm a sucker for theme parks, I love Disney World, I love Universal, all that stuff, so that... For this movie trying to incorporate the theme park aspects, you love it. Like, yeah, I get why people think it's really silly, but for me, there's some fun to be had with that. There was actually a really cool sequence with one of the rides where Axel was rescuing these two kids from falling from this like spin wheel ride, whatever. And I thought that was a pretty cool sequence. Now it did feel kind of superhero-y how Axel was able to jump on top of the rides like that and be so agile. Something out of a Captain America film. But I thought that was a pretty decently. That's a decent directed sequence. Um, as far as the supporting cast, Billy, played by Judge Reynolds. Once again, I really enjoy him. He's very funny. Um, I like the dynamic that he has with Axel. I'm glad that that's still there. But the other person that is not here, that was in the previous two movies, John. He's just not there. Um, yeah, I was kind of disappointed about that, because I really enjoyed, John in the previous two, how he worked off of Billy and Axel. And they don't explain where he is, or did they say he like retired or something, or was on vacation? I don't know. Was it like an actor's issue, like the actor wasn't able to come back for some reason? I don't know. I didn't really look into it that much, but I was disappointed that John didn't come back in this. But they got a different John in this, played by Hector Elizondo, and he was yeah, like, and why would you actually call this character John? It's John without a H. It's Jon, when the John that we know is John. Why would they do that? Yeah, I didn't care for the other John in this movie. He was just pretty generic and bland. He tried to have some comedic bits here and there, but his delivery is so dry in this movie. I just don't understand it. Like, I'm glad they didn't really try to fill the void that the real John had. Like they weren't trying to like replace him or whatever. But it just felt so weird to have this character here. And then they introduced a love interest, Janice, played by Teresa Randall, who we just talked about in the Bad Boys films. And she's one of the people that works one of the rides at the Wonder World, and she was fine. Yeah, that's all I got. She was fine. There's nothing too much to say about her. She was useful in the plot. I thought, with them teasing a romance between her and Axel, I think they could have branched that out a little bit more, because, Teresa is such a likable actress, and, the scenes we do see of them together, it's kind of sweet. It's kind of nice. I mean, couldn't we get a little bit more of that just to develop the romance? Because I wouldn't mind them developing a romance in here, since Axel does claim himself to be a ladies' man or whatever. So, I just wish they spent a little bit more time with that. I, didn't necessarily have a problem with them introducing the romance, but anyway, as far as the main antagonist, DeWald, he's fine. I mean, yeah, that's all I can say. It's just another generic bad guy. I mean, I appreciate that they tried to connect something personal with Axel again, with him killing Inspector Douglas. That's the captain that's in charge of Axel in Detroit. I'm glad that they had that, that impact there. So it's probably the most personal I felt with the story compared to the previous two films. So I'm glad that was there. Once again, the action scenes I thought were very well done. The car chases were pretty good, and the shootouts were once again very good. What I also kind of appreciated was that with the shootouts and stuff like that, like they didn't compromise how violent the action scenes could be just because they're at an amusement park. So I'm actually glad about that, because I thought they were going to get really silly with that type of stuff. And yeah, there was some comedic moments in the action scenes, but still didn't take away from how intense the action actually is. So yeah, I appreciated that. I guess since this was a Paramount film, they couldn't actually say that the amusement park was Disney World or Disneyland, because like Disney would be on Paramount for copyrights or whatever. But yeah, I thought it was kind of clever how they came up with Wonder World and the different characters, and they actually made up a character after Axel. They call it Axel Fox. So I thought that was kind of clever. And then of course you have like the Walt Disney-esque person, Uncle Dave, which okay, yeah, that's really on the nose. It's obviously supposed to be Walt Disney and stuff like that. So that was fine, I guess. But yeah, like overall, yeah, I'm just fine with this movie. You know, yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. Like, I get why people think this is the weakest one. But like I said, I pretty much feel the same as I do with as the previous two movies. Like, it's just more of the same to me. And honestly, the theme park stuff is probably the most interesting part of the movie. Because it, you know, it was something different. It was something a little bit creative, even though it was trying to be derivative of other things. But at least it wasn't trying to be the exact same type of structure as the first two. So I used to appreciate it on that front. But yeah, once again, I thought Eddie Murphy was pretty good as Axel. You know, still enjoyable. I thought Billy was good. It's a shame they didn't get, you know, the real John back to do the third film because I didn't care about this other John that they had in here. DeWald is just another generic bad guy. Teresa Randall, I did like her, but I just wish we spent more time with her and developed the romance between her and Axel a little bit more. Yeah, and the set pieces were pretty well done. So yeah, this is just gonna be another. You know what? Actually, slightly lower. I think I'll give it like a B minus. It's good, you know, but it's yeah, not. I didn't love it. Probably think about it more. I guess like if I'm comparing it to the previous two, would I rather see the first two films? Slightly, maybe slightly, but yeah, I don't really see the hate for the third film as much as you know other people do. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Beverly Hills Cop 3. What did you guys think about it? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? How does it compare to the first two films? Comment your thoughts down below and let me know. So finally, I can get to Beverly Hills Cop Axel F on Netflix. That'll be the next film I will be reviewing, so tune in for that when it comes out. But if you guys enjoyed this review, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell if you want to be notified on future videos I'll be doing. But that's all I have for you movie fans, and I'll catch you guys next time. Talk to you guys later. Do 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 do.